Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Is Dr. Bashar Wilson with New York Sports Acupuncture. Thanks again for tuning in. Today, we will be talking about some natural ways to boost your immune system this season and any season of the year so that you can continue fully with all of the activities that you love to do because, when you're not feeling well, when you're sick, under the weather, you definitely don't feel like exercising and pretty much doing much of anything. Can affect your social life, your family life, and your mentality and all of that. Add to it this winter season, it could be kind of cloudy and glum outside. Folks are experiencing their some folks have like the SAD going on, the seasonal affective disorder. And so we want to do what we can and what's in our control to help strengthen our immune system. It's a stomach bug going around. Folks, um, they're talking about it's possible it's avian flu, all sorts of things. The election, new president about to get inaugurated. Folks, feeling way about that. All sorts of different things going on in the world, your families, and all of this can from our mindset and our mood. Thank you, Kali Sama on Instagram said, even with strengthening our mood and supporting our mood and mental health, all of this lends to our physical health and our immune health. So, on that, with lifestyle, one of the first things we can do is to actually stay hydrated. It is so easy. Hold on, let me center this. One of the first things that we can do is stay hydrated. It's so easy for a lot of people to go throughout the day without drinking much water. Um, and even though it's cold outside, especially here in New York, the cold weather is actually kind of drying. You notice that you'll have like drier skin this time of year, drier lips this time of year, drier hair, all of these things. And so, if that's going on the outside, it's also going on the inside. So, I'm going to take a sip. With that, one of the ways that I work to stay hydrated is I got a big old mason jar here and I keep that filled with water because it can be real easy to just not drink as much water as I can. And who wants to be getting up 8, 10, 12 times a day to not, to get water? Sorry, just a little distracted here in the comments. Sorry. Yes. So, yeah, I keep a mason jar filled with water, glass jar, and I drink warm water. I like to drink actually hot water a lot of times. A lot of people like cold water. I would definitely suggest that this season of the year, and even in general, but especially in the wintertime, to not drink cold water or ice water. That ice water is going to bring your temperature down. It's going to bring your body temperature down, and your body is going to have to warm that up in order to for it to function. Our bodies are 98.6 degrees on the inside, and we don't want to do anything that's going to intentionally lower our body temperature. One of the things that I'll do with my clients is I'll take their body temperature, and I found over the years of doing this that most people's body temperature can be low, around like 97.4 degrees, sometimes 97.5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. And the further that we're getting away from that 98.6 degrees optimal body temperature is going to set up the environment for the body to not function as well as it can. Think about it's the difference between trying to make a cup of tea in from like boiling hot water versus water that's almost hot versus water that's not really hot at all. One is going to really help that tea to, come out the tea bag or whatever it is. Or if you're boiling tea, boiling herbs, it has to get to that temperature. And our body is the same way. We want our body to be as close to the optimal body temperature for basic body functions to occur. And one of those is our immune system, not to mention your digestive system and other systems of the body. So, one of the ways that I'll work to support that is to drink room temperature water, or I'll even boil water and just drink straight hot water. When I drink that, I find that really soothing, especially this time of the year when it's cold outside. That, and even during the summer, but now, just speaking about the wintertime, I find drinking hot water to just be very soothing as it goes down. You can kind of just feel it go into the digestive system, and that warmth begin to like course um, through the veins, and it's just kind of almost like a warm wave over the body. And if I'm outside, drinking some hot water before go outside, I'm feeling warm on the inside, and then I'm properly dressed on the outside to deal with the temperature outside in the season that we're in. And that's actually going to move us to our next point of something simple that we can do, which is to just dress properly for the weather. I'm old school New York, old school Brooklyn, where we used to get like crazy snowstorms in like the 80s and the 90s. Around 2000s, the weather seemed to change where it wasn't getting as cold as bad in terms of all of the blizzards and the snowstorm. But, growing up, I used to wear my long johns and my pants with that, you know, undershirt, a t-shirt, a sweater, along with like my bubble goose and a hat and a scarf and gloves. Where, like, for me personally, when I'm outside in the cold weather, I want to feel like I'm walking around with like a blanket or a comforter on. I don't want to feel anything. And when we use clothes, which is simple, to help us deal with the elements, that's one less thing that our body has to do. Like, it takes a lot of energy for us to stay warm. And then um, and then we still have to have energy, of course, for like our digestive system and all of our functions, our brain function, mental function, emotional health, all of these things. When we dress properly, that's just one less job that our body has to do, and will help our resources go to our immune system to protect us from the different pathogens that may be in the air. Folks are nasty. Folks out here coughing. I see people walking around coughing right into the air, um, inside without covering their mouth, or folks sneeze and cough into their hand, but touch the doorknob or faucet. And if you work in a public place, you touch that, and folks are like touching their eyes and their nose and don't even realize it. And now those germs are able to get into the body. And so we want to make sure that we keep our immune system up. And another one way that we can do that is to dress properly and dress warmly, so that those resources um, can go and help our immune system to do its job to fight off pathogens and to keep us healthy and safe in that way. Moving on to our next point, which is basic hygiene, which is washing your hands. In my practice, I'm washing my hands before patients, after patients. I'm washing my hands, I don't know, probably about 15, 20, 30 times a day, literally, just as part of my work. I'm in the habit of just like washing my hands. But one of the things that you want to do, if you don't do it already, is as soon as you come in the house, wash your hands. It's like, most folks these days, I think, will take off their shoes, hopefully, before you go in the house. We say leave outside. Outside, it's all sorts of dogs walking around, rats and rodents running around, um, fecal matter, urine, just the dirt from outside, spit, everything, garbage. just on the sidewalk. We want to leave that at the door and not track that in the house. I know that could be basic for most of you on here, but for folks that don't do that, keep that in mind to make sure you're keeping outside outside. And when you get in the house, wash your hands as soon as you get in the house, because those germs, you're in the house, that should hopefully be a clean place, a safe place, from germs and all of that sort of thing when we get in. um, there's certain nutrients and supplements that we can take, whether from external supplements or that we can also get from our food. One of the main things that people are always aware of is vitamin C. People can often take a lot of vitamin C. Naturally, you're going to get your vitamin C from your citrus fruits, whether you're talking about your oranges, um, grapefruit, lemons, limes, even like your kiwi, pineapple. You're also going to get vitamin C from broccoli. Vitamin C is going to support your immune system by helping immune cells get to any area that might have been attacked by different pathogens. Vitamin C has that antioxidant effect to protect your body from free radicals when we have different toxins in the system. They have like dealing with like the electrons and free radicals, almost like free electrons that are floating around working to be complete. I don't want to get all into chemistry with that, but the vitamin C helps to literally like make the body more complete in that way. To have that antioxidant. When we say antioxidant, that's anti-oxidizing, um, we know like oxygen is what causes like rust to happen. And when apples turning brown, that's when a cut apple is exposed to oxygen, it turns brown, and that's showing the oxidizing of that apple. And so vitamin C, when we consume it, is going to have that antioxidant effect on the area. Another thing that we want to make sure that we're increasing is our zinc intake. When we have like a zinc deficiency and not enough zinc in our body, that can impair the function of the immune system. Aspects of our immune system depends on zinc for a proper function. Some different foods that have zinc are going to be like your pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, lentils. All of these things have pumpkin seeds, your nuts, and whole grains. Also going to have zinc in them. Next, you want to deal with your vitamin A. Your vitamin A is going to also help to support the immune system and immune function. That's going to be in all of your orange foods. So your things like your sweet potatoes, carrots, butternut squash. All of these things are high in vitamin A. Even like your spinach and your eggs also have vitamin A. One of the great things with vitamin A actually stores in the system as a vitamin, and like, as opposed to other um, vitamins like vitamin C, which we're urinating out and have to constantly be replacing. Like vitamin A is one of those things that actually helps to build up in the body. And you notice that the vitamin A are in those like real hearty root foods, those dense foods that we're consuming this time of the year. Like I said, the sweet potato, carrots, squash, like your butternut squash, and all of those like hard pumpkin, things like that are going to be high in your vitamin A. Vitamin D, um, it can be tough this time of the year. That's what I say with the seasonal affective disorder can cause folks to be lower in vitamin D. So you actually may want to take. I suggest you do like a vitamin D3 supplement. Get out in the sun even as much as you can during the winter season. The days are also shorter this time of the year, so the sun comes up later in the morning and the sun goes down earlier in the afternoon. So we only have like a smaller period of time where we're going to have sunlight. So now's the time to actually, get out in the sun. You may want to walk that if you're taking public transportation, walk an extra stop to the train station, or walk an extra stop from the bus to get a few minutes more outside with the vitamin D. For folks that consume meat, like your meat is actually going to be a source of vitamin D, like your lean meats, poultry, fish. For folks that consume that, you're also going to get vitamin D from that. And so, if you're eating meat and chicken, I suggest that you stew it and um, in like soups and things, to really boil it and cook it for a long time, which is going to help to break it down even more and make it easier to digest and more accessible in the body. Your proteins too are going to be a great source of helping to boost your immune system. You want to also be aware. Another thing is your omega 3s. So like your fatty food, like your fatty fish, whether you're talking about the cod liver, like your cod liver oil, tuna oil, those are very high in omega 3s. Also like your flax seeds, for like a plant-based um, omega 3. And that's the omega 3s are going to help to decrease inflammation in the body. And when we have inflammation, different areas in the body, that's also going to activate the immune system. So again, we want to be taking all of these nutrients and supplements to support our body and give our body less work to do. This season of the year is more of a time of relaxation. When we're looking at nature, this is the time when all of the energy is back going into the plants. The plants, the trees, and things aren't dead this time of the year. The energy is more in the roots. And so, on that, from a metaphysical, psycho, spiritual, emotional, this is our time to go in with our meditation and qigong and tai chi, which are also studies show that meditation helping to relax the mind, qigong, these things actually help to support the immune system also. So you want to be in that meditative state. If you're working to create like a meditation practice, if it's not something that comes to you, just like anything else, you may want to set an alarm and set certain times during the day to remind you to, sit back and take a couple deep breaths, be mindful of your space, take some deep breaths and really help your chi and your mind to settle. You want to also set that alarm for drinking water. Some people need an alarm to be like, hey, let me drink a glass of water. You do that a couple times a day and you have um, your recommended 8 glasses, 10, 12 glasses. I recommend that folks drink between like 2 and 3 liters of water a day. It's generally recommended that you drink about half of your body weight in water. So if you weigh um 180 pounds, about half of that is 90 ounces, which is about a little bit less than 3 liters or 3 quarts of water. So, divide your weight in half, drink that much water in fluid ounces, and that's a pretty good measure of how much water you want to drink throughout the day. Also, thanks everybody tuning in. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please put it in the comments, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. We can discuss that, or any questions or anything like that. We can talk about that. Even though, like I say, now is a time for like resting, you still want to regularly exercise, light exercise. You don't want to be outside doing a whole bunch of sweating and things like that, but you do want to keep up your calisthenics, your walking, jogging, and whatever you do. But if you do sweat, you just want, of course, want to make sure that you're not going outside still sweating with damp hair and things like that. Um, some of the things that you can also do, which I'm working on, is getting more sleep and getting more rest this time of the year. When we look at it from like an Eastern medicine perspective, we want to tune in our sleep to how the sun is moving. And so, like I was saying, the sun rises later, which means you can actually sleep later this time of the year during the winter, and the sun goes down earlier. So we want to go to sleep earlier versus the summertime where the sun comes up earlier and goes down later, and you can actually really get kind of like less sleep in the summer, where now our body needs more time to rejuvenate. And similar again, how the energy in the plants and the leaves goes down into roots, our energy is also going deeper into our body. And so getting that rest is going to give us that time for our bodies to rejuvenate and relax, to fight off illness, to digest food, boost our immune system, and just be in tune with nature and be in tune with the universe in general. Again, with relaxing your stress, whether that's with the deep breathing, um, we can do the gradual relaxation of the body, where we take a couple, like 3 long breaths, where you breathe in through the nose for about 4 seconds, exhale, and just let everything just settle down all the way through your toes. Breathe in all the way down to your stomach, exhale out, relax all of that stress. Inhale again, relax all of that stress. And then you want to gradually relax your body from your scalp all the way down to your feet. So you want to relax your scalp, relax your face, relax your eyes, relax your neck, any stress that you may be carrying in these areas. Relax your hands. You might be holding your hands tight and might not even realize it. Your arms. A lot of times with our shoulder, we can be carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. You're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, so you want to relax your shoulders. Want to bring your neck back, so you're not, jutting your head forward. You want to have your neck back so your head is positioned over your shoulders and taking some of that pressure off of your neck. Relax your chest and your stomach, your upper back, your lower back, your buttocks. If you're holding any stress in your reproductive area, relax there. Your thighs, your hamstrings, relax your calves and your feet. And then just feel your feet on the ground, and just take a couple more deep breaths with all of those areas relaxed, and work to stay in that way. And throughout the day, you can kind of do just check out your whole body, scan your whole body to make sure that you're not being tight, because that tightness is also going to slow down the flow of your body's chi, is going to slow down the flow of your body's blood. We're going to be tight in general, which again is more work for the body and more work for the mental and emotional health. So we want to be relaxed and free going, and in that way too. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. All right. What else can we do? All right, some different herbs this time of the season. Um, we can do our astragalus. The astragalus is going to help to strengthen the body's chi. In Eastern medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, we use the astragalus to help specifically like the lung chi. So um, which is going to affect when people get like the common cold. Oftentimes that'll cause shortness of breath, mucus to build up in the lungs. So the astragalus is going to help to boost that lung chi. We also say it helps to boost the wei chi. In Eastern medicine, it's a term that can relate to your immune system, and almost to like that screen that outside, almost like a force field around the body. So it's going to boost that chi of your body to create like almost like a force field around you. You can get American ginseng, which is also going to support the lungs and the lung yin, and boost the immune system in that way. And even regular ginseng, red ginseng, that's going to strengthen the body's energy. For younger folks, you don't really have to use ginseng as much, but as we get older, that ginseng is going to support our body's chi, is going to help our digestion, is going to help to reactivate our essence, that kind of get drained over as we get older. Our body's like battery, our lifelong battery begins to get drained. And that's where we see the effects of aging, the graying of the hair, and the wrinkling of the skin. Regular, like red ginseng, is going to actually help to boost the body and strengthen the body to have that anti-aging effect, for the warm to warm our bodies on the inside, to support that basal body temperature and raise our body temperature. In addition to drinking the hot water, as we discussed earlier, you can do things like take your ginger, whether it's the fresh ginger or the dried ginger. You want to keep a pot of tea of that on the stove and kind of drink that when you come in. That's also going to help to warm your body and even cause like a light sweat, which is going to sweat out that wind and that cold, that can attack us if we're outside, especially if we're not dressed properly. That dried cinnamon is going to also have that effect of warming the body on the inside. You can take your turmeric. Turmeric is actually in the ginger family. Your turmeric along with some black pepper. That also is going to have like an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory effect anywhere in the body. So um, when you're sick and you have like those body aches and chills and fever, that turmeric and all of these herbs are going to help with that. The elderberry is also going to have effect of helping to strengthen the immune system and support the energy of the lungs. You can take any of those or all of those together in a pot and have your own formula and mix that together and make a tea. With that, you can also get that in capsule form. Some people take gummies or stuff like that. I don't know how much of any of this is in the gummies. I guess it's better than nothing, but I would recommend that you take it in the raw form if you can. I also have a immune builder formula on my website, manifestherbs.com. It's an excellent formula. It's based off of a ancient formula that goes back about 2,000 years, literally around to like the year 200. And it's a formula that helps to boost the immune system and has those effects of strengthening the wei qi, that which relates to the immune system in traditional Chinese medicine, and it's going to warm the body and boost the chi, and has other effects like that. So if you go to my website, manifestherbs.com, and check out the immune builder, and it's kind of tasty, has like a cinnamon flavor, it has some dates in it, and um, uh, what is it, licorice, and a couple other things that are going to help support the chi, and they all work together. There's about 12 herbs in there. Comes as a big old bag of herbs, all sorts of roots and bark and berries and leaves and stems and all of that in there. So check that out, and excellent with that. So what else can we talk about here? Another thing to strengthen the immune system is to practice gratitude. When we're grateful, things that works on a level to like help to relax the mind, to be optimistic and less stressed in that way. A lot of times stress can come from fear, can come from upset, but when we show gratitude for every little thing, that also on a psycho spiritual level is going to help support the body's energy and support the immune system. So that's a bunch of tips. I know we said a lot today. Let's see if we have any comments here. Our folks on Instagram, let's see, he said, yes, we want to Kali Sama. Thanks for tuning in, adding a bunch of comments. Discusses, your own mood, raising the mood, eating more fruit. Yes, you still want to eat your fresh fruit. I would suggest that you keep your fruit at room temperature. This time of the year, eat your fruits that are in season. We talked about your citrus fruits, also your apples and pears. Those are also going to be in season from an Eastern medicine perspective. We say those also help to boost the chi, strengthen your body's chi, your vital energy, and also supports the chi of the lungs. We want to be drinking our hot tea. Yes, using soap and water instead of sanitizer. I know for some of these things it says that um, for some of these microbes that are out here, it says the sanitizer isn't even getting rid of it. If that's all you have, go ahead and use that. But if there's a sink available, definitely get some soap and water to wash those things off and wash it down the drain. Yes, Kali Sama also says you want to go for a walk. That's some simple exercise that you can do to keep your body moving. So, with that, again, I am Dr. Bashar Wilson. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Eastern medicine in private practice as a licensed acupuncturist since 2003 and studying this medicine from a professional standpoint from 98. So, that's what, about 25, almost 26 27 almost, wow, years of clinical experience, and like I say, in private practice since 2003. I have my Brooklyn based practice, New York sports acupuncture, where we specialize in using acupuncture and electric stimulation acupuncture to help the body move your body's chi, move your body's blood, to help the body to stimulate its own healing response. We say whenever there is not movement. We say like a moving hinge doesn't rust. So you want your body's chi and blood to always be moving. When your energy stagnates, we don't want anything stagnant in our life, stagnant relationships, stagnant mindset, stagnant energy, stagnant blood, none of that. So the acupuncture is going to promote the flow of our body's chi and blood, which is going to help support the immune system, support our body so that we can keep moving. Just like if you feel sick, you don't want to move if your shoulder hurts, your neck hurts, your lower back, hip, knees, ankle. You'll be less likely to be active, and then you can get out of the habit of it. Next thing you know, you're gaining weight, not feeling well, not sleeping well. So come on in and get your acupuncture with electric stimulation. I use the heat lamp, which is also going to naturally raise the body temperature, help to get more blood circulating to your joints and muscles, where they may be injured, and helping to warm that area where anything is stagnant, to literally loosen that up so that can flow. During a treatment, we're also doing some massage that's going to break up any knots that may be in the muscles, loosen up the joints, increase the flexibility. Sometimes we may do some cupping and some gua sha, which is that form of like scraping and things like that. So we use all of that during the treatment to help you get out of pain, increase your flexibility, get you back on the road running, on the track, to the weight room, swimming, on the field, the court, whatever your um, way of exercising, and even just general activity. Some people, if their shoulder hurts, they can't pick up their child. It hurts to sleep, disturbs their sleep. And all of these, again, is going to weaken the immune system and things like that. So I can also be reached at 888-375-5444 to set up an appointment. And even if you're out of town, not in the city, or able to get to the office, if you're out of town, anywhere in the country or in the world, we can set up a consultation, whether on the phone or get something on video to discuss your health goals and get you on a treatment plan of herbs, nutritional supplements, diet, lifestyle changes, and the such. And lastly, again, you can check out my website, manifest.herbs, again, and check out our immune building formula. This season of the year deals with the energy of the kidneys. You can also even still deal with our lung builder formula to support the lung health. And you want to stock up on these things before you get sick. You don't want to wait till you or a family member is not well to then order what you need, and then you got to wait a couple days and be miserable and all of that sort of thing. So now's the time that you want to strengthen your immune system with our immune builder formula, with our lung builder formula, our kidney care formula, to be in tune with the season, which is the water element that rules the energy of the kidneys and the urinary bladder. And yeah, you want to begin taking all of the nutrients, your herbs, the things we discussed today, to strengthen up and boost your immune system, so that you don't get sick in the first place. And so, with that, if there aren't any more comments, okay. Um, Nick Levon says, I have what feels like flu symptoms, but currently the worst is sharp shooting pain in my head all day, 30 seconds to 1 minute apart. What can this be, and how can I get rid of it? Um, I mean, it sounds like you might be getting sick, depending on how long it's been. If it's something that's within like today or like yesterday, sometimes something simple like sweating, um, also your different foods like your garlic and onions are going to help to um, have like a antimicrobial, kill any bacteria and viruses that can be in the system. Sometimes your miso soup or your ginger tea, these things are going to help to warm your body. And some of the other things that we discussed. She says, I have no real other sinus or congestion issues. You might need some rest. I don't know. You're burning it on both ends of the can, both ends. But some other things you can do is get your greens, whether it's your collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens, kale, cabbage. These things are going to provide a lot of nutrients for your body. Cook it with some onions and garlic, Italian seasoning, a little bit of salt, olive oil. All of that's going to go in to support your body, support your lung health, and support your overall immune system health, so that you can fight that off naturally. So those are some simple things that you can do. Drink some soup, eat some stews, stay away from the heavy foods, stay away from the breads, stay away from your milk, dairy, so no milk, no cheese, ice cream, anything like that. If you do that, um, because all of that is going to wear on your body that much more. So hopefully that answers your question, and also gives everybody some other things that they can do around making sure that you eat your greens. Greens are excellent. I really think it's one of the secrets of how some of our ancestors lived so long, despite if they were in poverty, and all of the racism and sexism and all of the different isms that it is. So you want to eat your greens every day, a couple times a week. And I'm talking about like your leafy greens. They have a, like I say, antimicrobial, even like anti-cancer effect, all of these things. So yes, with that, let's see. There aren't any more comments. Say thank you for your time, and I will see you all next Tuesday, same time, God willing. And for the replay, if you missed this, the replay will be on my YouTube channel, which is just Dr. Bashar Wilson. It'll also be on Facebook, LinkedIn. Doesn't really save to Instagram right now. I think I can probably do that. Somebody told me I can save it. I'll change my settings later. But like I said, if you want to catch the replay, um, go check it on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Um, Hopefully, you're catching my shorts. I've been putting those out pretty daily for some tips to keep you going. And, give me a call for any of your health goals. Send me a private message um, on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, and we can, start a conversation about help you out with some different things that you can do to help you fulfill, get to your health goals. And as we're healthy in mind, body, and spirit, that actually helps us to stay in tune with ourselves, so that we can hear what we need to hear so we can do that, what we need to do to fulfill our individual and collective life purpose. So with that, I say peace, and I'll see you next time.